What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you 5 different tricks you can learn before you even know how to do an ollie on a skateboard. I actually already did this intro and this entire video like 3 weeks ago, but I didn't post it just yet because I wanted to take a break, and I just thought I'd redo the intro because it felt a little bit old. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hit the like button if you do. Let's go. As you read by the title and heard me say at the very start, we're going to go over 5 tricks that you can learn even if you're a complete beginner who can't even do an ollie yet, because none of these tricks require you to be able to do an ollie before you do them. But the first trick we're going to go over is a fakie shove it, which I think is easier than just doing like a regular shove it. And fakie, if you guys aren't aware, is basically just like going backwards on your skateboard. And all a shove it is, it's just your board turning around 180 degrees, doing like a little half spin. And to learn this trick, you can just learn it by standing still on your skateboard. Practice just trying to kick the board around. Do the shove it rotation, but don't actually try to land on the board just yet. To begin, you're just trying to get comfortable at standing on your board and do the rotation. So standing still, just try shove it a little bit and try to land back on the board. It's definitely easier when you're rolling at least a little bit, and especially when you're going fakie. Doing like a little baby shove it, you don't need to land on it straight away. And then once you feel comfortable, try land on the board and then try keep rolling away fakie. You might have a couple falls in the beginning, just make sure you're not leaning forward or your board's gonna kind of slip out that way. So just make sure you're pretty solid on your board and your feet are kind of wide apart so you have a lot of balance, and then just commit to it and then try roll away. And if you guys are scared about falling, this is honestly the worst that will ever happen. It's not that bad at all. Just try not to land too bad on your arm or you might get a scar like me. And then once you guys get that regular backside fakie shove it, you can try to do it front side, which is like the same thing, but you shove it the board the other way. So instead of the board going this way, it's gonna go this way. And with your feet, you kind of do the same thing, but instead of going like this, you go like that. Oh God. That is the best feeling trick in the world, and I say that about a lot of tricks. That is definitely like top tier best feeling. If you land a clean fakie front shove at the very start of the day, that day is going to be a good day. And then if those shove-its are too easy for you guys, you can also do it nollie and then the other way nollie as well. So you gotta just kind of do the same thing but switch up your feet and do it the opposite way. First trick down, and look at the skate park, it's soaking. I really shouldn't have took too long to get down to the park today. It might be good for doing power slides though. I'll try to do a really big one. This is bad time, but I kind of need to get a new one anyway, so I'm not too bothered. I mean, look at this D-lamb. I could shave with that razor tail. So trick number 2 is a kick turn on a bank, which you can also do in the street if you find like a steep hill or even just like a very mellow hill. You can do a kick turn on pretty much anything that's at a slant. Super basic, but if you guys are brand new to skateboarding, then it's probably pretty new to you. When you roll at something like a quarter pipe or a bank, you skate up it, and then when you start to get to the point where you would start rolling back fakie, instead of doing that, you're gonna put your weight on the tail, and then you're gonna pivot around 180 degrees, and then come back riding regular. You can practice this one again by standing still. Just try pivot a little bit, and then turn your body around. It shouldn't be too hard, and then when you get comfortable doing it on a bank, you can take it to a quarter. Woo! Do it really slowly, build up your confidence, and then take it to higher and higher things at the skate park. And to mix it up a little bit, if you want to get creative, instead of riding at it regular, you can ride at it fakie, and instead of just going 180 degrees around, you can do 360 degrees around. We covered a trick on the flat ground, we covered a trick on the bank, and now we're going to do a trick which uses your hands. There's so many different variables to this trick and so many different ways you can do them and so many different hand placements you can do. It's kind of like doing an ollie, but instead of popping it with both feet, you kind of take one foot off like this, and then you pick it up with your hand, you jump in the air a little bit, and then you jump back on your board. And this trick has got loads of different names depending on where you have your hand and which hand you have on your board. The most basic trick out of all of them, I would say, is the boneless. You guys ride regular with your left foot forward on your board like me. You're gonna take your left foot off your board and you're gonna bend down and grab your board with your right hand, kind of just like the bolts. And then you're gonna lift the board up, and if you want, you can kind of snap your tail a little bit. It'll make it just a little bit cooler. And then you're gonna jump into the air, and then you're gonna try to land back on your board. So ride left foot off, grab your board, pop your tail, bang, land it. I'm not very good at doing them, but you guys can probably get way better than me at them. The cool thing about a boneless or any trick where you put your foot down and also grab your board is you can kind of do them as high as you can jump. So when you plant your foot down on the ground and then you go to jump up into the air, you can jump as high as you want and as high as you can. Opposed to when you're doing an ollie and both of your feet are on your board and you're kind of limited by your skill if you're not very good and you can't ollie that high. Doing a boneless should allow you to kind of jump as high as you can. And probably land completely still like me if you're doing it that slow. But just like all the other tricks, bonelesses have so many different variables. You can do it with every hand in every different placement possible on your board. You can do it with your opposite hand and then do the same thing. You can do it with your hand over here. You can do it pretty much any way you can think of. Experiment by popping your board right as you take your foot off. Doing like a tiger claw, I think that one's called. You can also do a spin with your body and then turn it into a 180 boneless. And then trick number 4 is kind of like a kickflip, but you don't really do a kickflip. I've heard it being called a bunch of different names, like an old school kickflip or a Bart Simpson kickflip. You can call it whatever you want, but for this video I'm just gonna call it the easy kickflip because it is the easiest way to do a kickflip. So if you guys can't do an ollie or you can't do a kickflip, this is a good flip trick to get you guys started on doing those kind of tricks, even on like your first day of skating, because it's really simple. Just by rolling on your board, and then you want to step off of it with both feet and kind of let it roll away a little bit. Jump back on it, you want to kick the board and do a kickflip, and then land back on it with both feet. There we go, that's a good one. And then guys, trick number 5 is kind of the easiest ledge trick slash drop trick. It's called an acid drop, and it's the easiest way to get off a ledge like this at the skate park or like a curb in the street. Ride straight off the ledge with a little bit of speed, lift your board up and then land down on the ground and then roll away. It's super basic and it doesn't need much explaining, but it's kind of cool because you can do it off of really small things and then take it up to higher and higher things at the skate park, almost at my knee height. And then once you've done that, you can take it to something even bigger like this, which is kind of like my board height. Gradually do the acid drop off of bigger and bigger things at the skate park until you can do the biggest thing there. Oh my god. And then also one of the things that I like to do when I do an acid drop off of things, just to make it a little bit more fun for me, is instead of just riding off of it very basically and not really doing anything, when I do it I like to tap my deck just a little bit like that before I ride off of it. It's kind of hard to explain, you just gotta kind of lean back and then tap your board a little bit as you ride off of it and then kick your board out. And I know that's the 5 trick list done, but I want to add in one more thing because it's kind of the only thing that we didn't put into this video, well apart from the rail or the stairs, but a ledge trick, we can add in one ledge trick. This trick's kind of like doing a 50-50, but you don't actually need to do the ollie part onto it. So instead of popping on... It happened again! So instead of popping onto the ledge like a 50-50, you can just place your board on it like this, and then just run at it, jump onto it, do a little grind, and then acid drop off the end. It might be a little bit scary, but I guarantee just fully send it first try and you guys will probably get it. She'll take you home, tie you up, and slap you without even asking. And all the clips and whips in Los Angeles couldn't faze her. So if you really wanna see her in pain, just wait until later. Ooh, remember you're safe. And that sums up my 5 trick list before you can do an ollie. Well, kind of like 6 tricks if you include the trick at the end. This video seems a little bit old for me to post because I filmed it so long ago, but I know you guys all like the tutorial, so I didn't really want to waste it. Let me know what other tutorials you guys want to see down in the comments. I want to make as many of them as I can because I want to help you guys all get better at skating. So let me know some more tutorials down below that you guys want to see, and I'm going to try to do at least one a week. That's my goal, 1 a week. I never include that in the videos, but a train goes by here like every 2 minutes and I always need to stop talking. Subscribe if you're not already. I make videos like this all the time, loads of tutorials to help you guys get better at skating. So if you're new to skating, you should subscribe because there's going to be a lot more. Hit the little bell icon to be notified every single time I post a video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. It's really sunny today. I might film another video. Goodbye. Remember that it's good.